He was a lone rider who crossed the wide plains by himself, a man shaped by hardship and bad weather. The road had marked him storms, hunger, wounds, regrets. All of it lived in his blood like fire. He was known everywhere, not as a hero, but as a wanted man. Every saloon wall and sheriff's office had his face pinned to it. The lawmen swore that someday they'd bring him down. He rode with secrets that nobody else knew. There were debts behind him, debts of loyalty, debts of betrayal, debts of the heart. His spirit was strong but tired, like iron that had been heated and hammered one too many times. People whispered stories about him in every town he passed through. They talked about the wife he once had but left behind in the middle of the night. He didn't leave because he didn't love her. He left because he believed his life would only bring ruin to anyone close to him. He lived by his own rules. No government, no badge, no preacher could tell him how a life ought to be lived. He wasn't out to be feared or worshipped. He just wanted freedom. Freedom was the only truth he ever trusted. One night, he found himself in a worn-down bar far from any place worth naming. He sat at a card table drinking cheap whiskey that burned like fire. The room was quiet except for the soft scrape of cards and the muted clink of glass. But the stakes on that table were never just money. A wrong look, a bad hand, a whispered insult. Any of it could decide a life. Someone pushed it too far. Tempers rose, hands moved, the cards were forgotten, replaced by steel and fire. Shots rang in the moonlight outside the bar. When the smoke cleared, the renegade rode away while another man lay in the dirt. Nobody ever caught him. Some say he died in a canyon somewhere. Some say he crossed the desert and made a new name for himself. Some say he still rides, just a shadow at the edge of the horizon. But wherever his name is spoken, people lower their voice. Because legends don't end. They just keep riding.
He rode out on a long dry plain, dust in his blood and fire in his veins, wine like a sermon, sky like a knife. He'd been running from trouble most his life. Every town had his name on the wall. Every lawman swore they'd see him fall, but he kept on moving, never slowed his stride. Freedom was the only thing he let inside. He keeps riding out past the line where the stars burn cold and the sun don't shine. No home, no chains, no soul to confide. Legends don't die, they just ride. He once had a woman who warmed his bed, loved him soft, loved him sharp, loved the words he never said. But he knew damn well what his life became, and he wouldn't drag her down to carry his blame. So he left one night without goodbye, just the moon looking down like a cold dead eye. He didn't leave for lack of love, he left 'cause loving him was never enough. He keeps riding out past the line where the stars burn cold just right. Cards hit the table in a roadside bar. Whiskey burned like an old scar. One wrong look and the silence broke. Gun smoke rising like a funeral smoke. When the dust settled under the moonlit sky, another man bled while the outlaw rode by. He didn't stay to explain or hide, just turned his horse to the mountainside. Some say he fell in a canyon grave. Some say he rides where the desert waves. Some say his ghost haunts a red sunrise, still watching, still riding, still cutting